Good morning, brother and sister. We carry on with Heavily Tribe Hoondok, Chapter 4, Seeking the True Self, Section 5, the fundamental principle that we must live for the sake of others, original value. True parents' words. The human desire to achieve the ideal of peace has been consistent throughout history, yet eternal peace has never been manifested. This is the problem. Human beings have lived in ignorance, chaos, and division and strife. To this day, we have been unable to establish an absolute value system that can be shared by all people. An absolute value system cannot arise from human beings who harbor internal conflict and are always changing. The root of this system can be found only in God, the absolute being and the creator. God, who is the essence of love, created human beings to be the recipient of his absolute love. One cannot claim for oneself the status of owner or master of love, and that is true even for God. Only one's partner grants that status. This is a fundamental principle. One needs to live for one's partner and neighbor. The absolute value system of love stands above any political ideal or principle of economy. It is the heavenly law that transcends all ages. What kind of being is God, who created the universe and the heavenly law? God has manifested himself in the universe as the quintessence of living for the sake of others. Though he is the king of knowledge, he does not ask us to come to him through knowledge. Though he is the owner and king of power, authority, money, and material, he does not view this as condition to come before him. God says that anyone can come to his side as long as they live for the sake of others. Only those who live for others can become the counterpart of the center and stand in the position of a central figure. God is not an egocentric dictator. Rather, God invests himself for the sake of humankind. For tens of thousands of years, our original minds have sought to follow God. All beings must exist for the sake of other beings in order to maintain their place in the universe as governed by the laws of heaven. The principle of living for the sake of others has been valid throughout all ages and in all nations. An egocentric and self-centered way of life will bring about evil, while a life of living for greater good will bring prosperity. Okay, sharing thoughts. One bright summer morning in 1989, I wake up in Gugsbach. It was a day of Pentecost. I thought that I should not take this happiness for granted, but that I also should give something. I should give something. While I was wrestling with my thought, there was birds singing outside. I got up from where I sat, and after thinking silently, I decided in my heart that until the age of 30 I will live for the sake of study and the arts, but after that I will volunteer directly for the sake of humankind. These are the words of Albert Schweitzer, known as the Jungle Saint. He grew up in a wealthy family with a father who was a Lutheran pastor. He was intelligent and later became distinguished in philosophy and theology. He also had talent for playing for the organ and for the age of 18 become building a reputation of an organist. He lived a successful life and envied no one. However, one day he confessed that he thought that maybe he was living a selfish life. Following the year, he received his doctorate in philosophy and at 28 became a professor of theology. However, he did not forget his determination. Ultimately, Schweitzer resigned from his secure job, and at the age of 30 he entered medical school determined to help sick people in Africa. He had heard many stories during his father's sermons about poor people there and thought that he should help them. His success brought him joy, but he felt guilty knowing that many people were too poor to receive any education or medical attention. Schweitzer is not unique. Across the world and throughout the ages, people who have been respected are those who began their career by thinking about those less fortunate themselves. Rather than thinking about their own safety, success, or stability, they sacrifice for the sake of the community, nation, and world. The two parents who lead the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification devote their lives to loving humanity. They work to save and connect us who are all lost and confused orphans after the human fall with our Heavenly Parent. That is why people worldwide attend, respect, and love Reverend Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon as the true parents of humankind. We were not created to live selfish lives. We were created to live for the sake of others. However, in this world, it is normal to think only of ourselves or to love only our own family. It is easy to think that living beyond the family for the sake of the neighborhood and society is only for special or great people or those with amazing abilities. Many people think that it is tiring to live for the sake of others, so they simply avoid hurting them. They think it's enough to love their own family and take care of them. Of course, it is a great thing to love and look after yourself and your family. However, we also need to love neighboring families as our own. Think of them as having value equal to that of our family and expand our perspective further to include the society, nation, and the world. The family is the smallest unit that expands outwardly. The way that is connected to the society and nation is important. This makes the value and philosophy that the family adopts very influential. Therefore, if you seek to live only for the sake of your own family, the society and nation will fall into darkness. We call this false family centeredness as egocentric. We need to realize the nature of our original value as human beings. We were created to live for a greater purpose and therefore must make an effort to return to our original selves. Points of contemplation. 1. What do great people have in common? 2. What is the problem with family egocentrism? And 3. What is the value of original human beings and families? Thank you for attending today, Hoondokhae. This is our point of contemplation, and we see that all problem in human worth, it come out from family. All the issues that we have like human beings and all the failure or success in our lives, doesn't matter color of the skin, religion or status or country or anything, it's based on our family. If our family have good values and teach us how to live for the sake of others, these things will be transmitted to us and will transform us in balanced people. Otherwise, they will transmit all their brokenness to us, and then we'll transmit all this brokenness in the relationship that we build with the people around us. We see that the people that are really balanced, they have a heart of generosity, a heart of giving unconditionally. Yeah. And this original value of giving and living for the sake of others is coming from our heavenly parent, who give to us first, who give to us unconditional. I think it's kind of matrix inside of us that we want to be like God, that we want to resemble God. And we see that each time when we give, we feel our life have a meaning and have a purpose. We find joy in giving. We find meaning in living for the sake of others. Mother Teresa is one of the best examples. She was coming from a poor country, Albania, that like 50 years ago was not very much known. Yet she go to serve in one of the poorest country of the world, in India. And she didn't go to the rich Indian people, but she go to that, the most purest one. And she really done miracle. If one person, as simple as she, have done such a great impact, because she just gave unconditionally, without expectation, and believe me, she didn't have money. I'm definitely sure that she many times have to make fundraising campaign in Europe to raise money to bring there, or to go to knock to the rich people door to ask them money to help to support the projects and community that she was supporting, and but she never give up. She have such a heart of thinking how to give more and more. And I believe that all of us, we have such a heart, but just we have to come out from our self-centeredness, from our own egos, from our own comfort zone, and learn how to give to the others, not only our family, but in society, in so many families that are completely broken and need repair. And guess what? When we are giving and we are involving in this, even though we are broken, actually we heal ourselves and we heal the others too. We learn how to love and how to appreciate life and how to appreciate human relationships. Yeah, there is much to talk about this, but I will stop here. And I let you have your own contemplation regarding these points and today's message. And I wish you a beautiful, gorgeous day. Bye.